here's when I have bad days, when I have harder days. It's when I don't see fruit in my children. I feel like those times, like how long are you going to choose sin? And how long are you going to choose your flesh over honoring God, you know? And then I sit back and I'm like, how long has it taken me?
As we talk about getting through our day and, you know, what is it that God has called us to do? And what does it look like when we feel like, okay, yeah, I've been faithful to that. I'm doing that. Or even having our own plan or desire for how we want the day to look.
Right.
So what does it look like when you feel like, oh,
I have many of those, you know, and it's the reality is that the walk of the believer is not pristine. This is something, man, I'm so grateful that we're actually walking with our son now, our oldest, because you know, when we know who God is and we know his character and we know that he is a God that is just and everything that comes from his mind is true, right?
Amen.
And he is right in all his thinking. And his wrath is real. He expects the believer to live a certain way. So because that's true, and that is not to be abandoned, we then put on ourselves this like, well, it must be perfect and it must be right. And then we start to allow our flesh to kind of dictate what that should look like, especially in our days, especially us moms that have, I would say, the flexibility to kind of orchestrate our day, because that's our part of our role. You know, how is our day going to go, and where are the children going, and what is happening here, and what needs to happen in the home. We have that control over our home, rightfully so, right? We want to govern it, and so then there are days where you have an expectation of what it should look like, and it does not happen that way for whatever reasons, and we have all the reasons, right? Then you lay your head to the pillow and you're like, Lord, I failed miserably. Today was not. But did we fail, or is it just that it didn't go the way we wanted, right? Because he's sovereign. And so again, it's always falling on that rock, always saying, Lord, but for your glory. If all I got to do was, you know, tell a child, hey, that's sin, please, you know, and correct. Are we satisfied with that? Here's when I have bad days, when I have harder days. It's when I don't see fruit in my children. I feel like those times, when I see the opposite of it, and I feel like, how many times? It's kind of like when Jesus was like, how long do I have to be with you? You know? So it's like, Lord, help me to be patient. How long do I have to tell you? Like, how long are you going to choose sin? And how long are you going to choose your flesh over honoring God? You know? And then I sit back and I'm like, how long has it taken me? Right? Like, how long has God been long suffering? And he's long suffering. Like, he's not long suffering toward us alone. He is long suffering. Like, like he's been around, you know, from forever, and he's seen humanity from the beginning, and he has been long suffering with mankind. I can be long suffering with my children. So yeah, there are times when I get frustrated because I don't see the fruit I want. There are times when I think my day should go a certain way and it doesn't, and it's not because of I guess my frustration is not because, you know, I got a flat tire or whatever, but things like, you know, we didn't get the most of it done, or we didn't, it didn't, you know, it wasn't as fruitful as it should have been, or as I wanted it to be. And so those are the days that are difficult. But again, you wake up the next morning and you say, Lord, for your glory again today, help me to be led by your spirit. And then here's another thing, being led by his spirit is not being led by ourselves. So Lord, if this is the way you orchestrated this day, and you in your foreknowledge knew that it was going to be this way, and that it was going to feel choppy, and it was going to be uncomfortable, what are you showing me? Do I need to stretch? Do I need to have more patience? Do I need to be more flexible? Are there areas that you're trying to show me about me that I'm trying to control too much? All those things, Lord, help me. So it's analyzing it from, okay, God, you are who you say that you are. That never changes. Even if my day goes crazy, that never changes. You are consistent. Show me what it is I need to do. Help me to have the peace that surpasses understanding, that I am not getting my peace from my perfect day, but I'm getting my peace from you, from your spirit. And so kind of analyzing it that way, again, having the centrality of who you are, his character, who he is.
Homeschool Insights is sponsored by CTC Math. If you're looking for a great online math program, visit ctcmath.com and try it for free. For more great homeschool inspiration and resources, listen to the Schoolhouse Rocked podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday.